Welcome to Film with Family. I'm Austin.
And I'm Zach.
And I'm Grandma.
Hey, Grandma.
And we are two cousins who like to talk about movies. And for our final grand finale of Mom Month, we have the grandest mother of all, our grandma, Grandma Ruth.
Hello.
Welcome, Ruth, the mother of mothers.
The grandma finale.
It's perfect.
It really is perfect. And we're talking about an old classic film, one of Grandma's favorites, Heidi, starring Shirley Temple from 1937.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say this is the earliest film we've covered by a bit.
Oh, yes, by a long shot.
What did you think of it?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
either of you, both of you.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday, and I had a good time with it. I thought it was a fun little romp,
Mhm.
and yeah, I love the grandpa character, and
Yeah.
he was great.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of fun little sequences in it. This is a fun little 88 minute movie.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Grandma, you and I literally just finished watching it at my house in Chicago.
Mhm.
And it was lovely to watch it with you because I've heard you speak of this film so many times and your love of Shirley Temple. And I can't say that I've ever seen a Shirley Temple movie before. This is my first time seeing a Shirley Temple.
Did you like it? What'd you
I
think?
I liked it. I thought it was really sweet.
Mhm.
Shirley Temple is very endearing actress. I think she was like 8 or 9 years old when she made this movie, and this is
Mhm.
kind of the height of her celebrity, as far as I know. Sh
Yeah, I was looking at her Wikipedia page before this, and yeah, I think she like stopped doing kid acting a little bit after this movie. I guess she stopped acting at the age of 22, but yeah,
Mhm.
her height was like from 3 to 10. I think
Mhm.
that's when she did the most of her stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think
yeah,
it's interesting. The grandchild grandparent relationship is one that's very important because your parents are too close. And no, seriously, I think the ability to bond with the grandparent is a special kind of relationship.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we certainly have a strong bond to you and to our recently passed grandfather.
Yes.
It is great to see a movie that's about grandchildren and grandmothers, grandfathers.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
mom in sight in this, even though this is a mom month episode. There's no
No,
moms in the
they're only monster women. Oh, they're
yeah,
poor. What is her name? Miss Rottenmeier. Yeah,
Fraulein
yeah,
Rottenmeier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty
So,
awful. And
yeah,
the Aunt Deet was her is it Deet?
yeah, all of them. Yeah, yeah,
They're all quite awful to her.
All they see her as an opportunity for some money to sell to some gypsies.
yeah,
Apparently,
Yeah.
gypsies love buying children. That's what I learned from this movie, at least back
yeah,
in the day.
yeah. Well, it's sort of an unfair snipe at lonely women too, in a way. I mean, it's a really not very flattering, but uh,
Mm,
but I
Yeah,
think the relationship, the child grandparent relationship, is one that's very special because
mm,
the parent child relationship is always so fraught. I mean, it's
mm,
wonderful, but it's also fraught with
mhm.
all kinds of other kind of dynamics. And it's a lot easier to skip that with your grandparents.
Yeah, you could just focus on the nice stuff. You could just give them
Yes,
cookies and
yes,
just be
yes,
nice and
yes.
be only a
Yeah,
positive
exactly.
influence.
Exactly. You don't have to cook the spinach. Yeah.
Yeah, which is what you've been and Grandpa was to all us grandkids for sure. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just good.
So, Grandma, how many grandchildren do you have now? Can you count them all?
17. I can. 17.
Wow. Yeah, but I agree that the grandmother or the grandfather grandchild relationship is really beautiful in this. And the movie starts with her going to visit her grandfather, who's this old hermit in the mountains of
Yeah.
the Black Forest of Germany, and everybody says he's a brutish,
Mm.
uh grumpy old.
Bitter, grumpy guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
Adolf, yeah.
yeah, and his name's Adolf.
Mhm.
Yeah, and this is 1937. So,
Yeah, around the
uh,
time of Adolf was in power.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. I wonder if I mean, because I know they did shoot this movie in America, but obviously World War II was just about to happen,
Mm.
and I don't know if there's any sort of
Yeah.
like political complications of making a movie about Germany during this time. Do you have any recollection of that, Grandma?
No, no, I would
Yeah.
have been not aware of it.
Yeah, so you were born in 1929, correct?
Correct, correct.
Yeah. And Shirley Temple was born in 1928. So you got
He was
you were
considerably older. Yeah.
but you were about the same age.
Right, right.
And
Yeah,
then
and
so
I love those movies. All of those Shirley Temple movies were wonderful.
You remember watching them growing up?
Yeah, yeah, it was a treat. It was a treat.
Did you go to the movies as a kid? Do you remember? Or how do you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can remember going with my mom and dad, and certainly seeing that. Seeing, I guess, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That was a big one. That was a great movie.
mm,
The Disney cartoon
Yeah,
was really good.
oh
But
wow.
and Heidi was a good. It's a tearjerker.
yeah. I love the just at the beginning of the movie because the grandpa just like won't even speak to her at first. He's giving her the
Yeah,
silent treatment.
yeah,
But then over like a few scenes, you get to see him slowly kind of his guard like
yeah,
comes down. And
yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
Mhm.
was some of my favorite parts of the movie. Is just like kind of just seeing that slow process of him
Yeah.
letting Heidi into his heart more.
Right,
That was
right.
really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he starts singing the song that she's always humming around the
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. And
He's
then
like,
it's like
Yep, yep,
then
yep.
he's hooked on Heidi.
Yes, yes. No,
Yeah.
it's a very sweet film, and I think it's very psychologically accurate. You know,
Mm,
it's
how so?
well, because the parent-child relationship has built-in cautions as well as lots of love. It's just
Hmm.
the skipping that generation gives you a different kind of access to feelings and thoughts. I think you.
Hmm.
So you'd say you would rank being a grandma over being a mother if you had to.
Oh, no, just different,
Just
different,
different,
just different. You
just
make
less
this
fraught.
wonderful spectacle, this wonderful mosaic of all kinds of emotions and relationships. No, I would
Yeah.
not give up of a mother-child relationship, but
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. Should say that you are my father's mother, and you're also Austin's mother's mother.
Yeah.
In
You're my mom's mom.
case that
You're right.
wasn't clear, just making that connection there. But
Yeah.
All right.
You are Grandma Zweifler.
All things to all people. Yes.
I think that's really cool though that you have the memory still of going to the theater with your parents
Yeah.
to see this movie. Was that in New Jersey?
what I see, which may or may not be accurate, is probably going in New York to the
Oh,
Radio City.
oh, wow. Going to
Yeah,
the Radio City Music Hall to see
yeah,
Heidi.
yeah. I
Wow.
think so.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
I can't say I've even ever been there. I didn't even realize they showed movies there.
yeah. And then they'd have a stage show besides.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Like that was about Heidi, like the stage show would be.
No, the stage show was the Rockettes. You know,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah,
It's just something completely different.
yeah.
Okay.
But don't. This is not an historically accurate interview.
Yeah. Do you remember? Did your parents were they movie fans? Like, do you remember your mom or dad? Like, which one of them liked going to see the movies more? Or
Yeah, they didn't go that well. You know what? I grew up in the Depression, so recreation and frivolity was a real extravagance.
Hmm.
But we certainly did go to the movies, and when we did, it was it was fun. It was a good thing to do. I mean, movies, that was where you got your entertainment, that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, I've been going back and watching a lot of Buster Keaton movies lately.
oh my,
Do you ever like Buster Keaton or like Charlie Chaplin, like those guys?
I think I like Charlie Chaplin, but not Buster Keaton so much.
Okay.
But I am very old and I don't really remember much of anything. But you tell me and I'll say, yep.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I would just ask in general, do you like watching movies? Like you're a movie fan in general, or I feel mostly I
Yeah.
associate you with watching like the news.
MSNBC. Yeah.
Yeah, MSNBC is what's always on the TV, but
Yeah. I liked the Judy Garland movies. I mean, I liked the musicals. They were really fun, these Technicolor musicals. And The Wizard of Oz was a great movie. Have you seen that?
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
classic.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but
It was good. It was good.
yeah.
My dad mentioned that you liked a movie called Blow Up or something. Do you remember this movie?
Oy.
It was from the 60s, I think.
Yeah, I think
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't remember. Yeah.
it's like an Italian film.
Sometimes reality is the strangest fantasy of all. The films of Michelangelo Antonioni speak every language. This is his first in English, Blow Up, starring Vanessa Redgrave, David Hemmings, and Sarah Miles. Blow Up.
Oh, I know. It was about solving a mystery by looking at films, but I don't remember.
Mhm.
It was good. It was
it's about a photographer in London
Right.
who is covering some kind of murder mystery or something.
right. And
I haven't seen it, but it looks pretty interesting. And yeah, I think both Lizzie and my dad were like, "Oh, I remember Grandma really liking that movie."
yeah, well, it was a good one. But I don't remember it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
As with so much that was really wonderful, I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, we should say you're 92 years old. Is that correct?
Try 93.
93.
93.
Yes.
Okay.
And strong as an ox.
No.
Sharp as a
Careful.
whip. Sharp as a knife. I don't know. What would you say? There is one scene in particular in this movie that sticks out where they kind of go in. It's kind of weird because it's like a very meta part of the movie, because the movie takes place like inside of a book. Like the movie starts with the opening of a book, and
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
the movie is based on a book by Johanna Spyri, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
The book was called Heidi as well.
Yes, Heidi. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And you were saying, Grandma, that you had like a really nice old copy of it.
Yeah, I think I still do. We just some lovely colored illustrations, and just a really nice edition. Yeah, from when I was a little girl.
Nice.
That's the book that you had when you were a child?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow. We'll have to find it.
Yeah, if I still have it. I know where it is. If I have it, I know where it is.
But you were saying about the scene where they're reading the book.
Yeah. So I mean, like the movie takes place like inside the book, but then there's a scene where the grandfather reads her a story about magic wooden clogs or magic wooden shoes. And so then they go into the book, and then Shirley Temple is all of a sudden in Switzerland, singing
clogging.
and dancing and flying around.
Yeah, on wires, singing about her wooden shoes that she loves, or wooden clogs.
Have you seen my new shoes? They are made out of wood. Such nice little shoes. Don't you think they look good? I can dance all around with the greatest of ease. I can jump from the ground to the tops of the trees. I'll tell you something I'm going to try. Put on your shoes and away we'll fly. We'll take a trip wherever we choose. We'll dance and skip in our little wooden shoes. How many miles will you travel with me? 1 mile or 2 miles or maybe 3. We'll make a stop wherever we choose. We'll skip and hop in our little wooden shoes.
And then it dissolves into another scene where they're all in wigs, and it's like 10 young girls in wigs looking like old, like Fezziwig, like colonial, like dance sequence.
God, I just saw it, 20 minutes ago? I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's just strange. Like, it's just like, and then they dissolve back into the Switzerland scene and then back into the cabin with the grandpa. It's just pretty bizarre.
Yeah, I read about that. I was looking at the Wikipedia page for this, and they talked about that specifically, how they added that sequence while they were filming it. It wasn't originally a part of the script. And there were reports that Shirley Temple is the one that really pushed for that sequence to be in it. But then in her autobiography, she denies that.
Conflicting.
Yeah, she said she would have liked if it wasn't in it because she wanted it to be more serious, dramatic film. Like her previous film, Wee Willie Winkie.
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, Wee Willie Winkie, it came out the same year, I guess, and it's directed by John Ford, a very famous film director.
Yeah.
But I guess that was more of a serious movie for her, and so so that whole sequence kind of betrays like the more naturalistic, kind of more realistic tone that this movie's going for, because it's just suddenly she's flying around and singing. It's a little out of place, but I also kind of loved it.
Yeah. I would say it's my favorite sequence. But the other scene that I really love is in the beginning. There's like we're in like an old German town, and there's all these people like doing laundry in the middle of the town. Like in the town square, there's like a big well that everybody's doing their laundry in. And then Shirley Temple is helping out, or Heidi's helping out, and this like yodeling man just like walks up to her, and he's just like, and then she's like trying to do it, and it's just like so cute. I thought that was really sweet. And then Peter, the goat general, walks up after his goat rams her behind and she falls down.
And he
there's like a bit of story behind that like the goat, like when they were filming it, the goat like rammed Shirley Temple like
Mm.
2 or 3 times, and then the mom,
Huh.
like Shirley Temple's mom, told the director to like get a stunt double because she was worried. And so then they like dressed up a little boy as Shirley Temple and like had him get rammed. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that there's a lot of little cute little sequences that with like goats and
Do you have any favorite scenes, Grandma, that you can remember from this movie?
Oh, I really liked it all.
You like the stuff with the crippled kid in the wheelchair too, and all that stuff.
Clara, sure,
Clara.
sure, yeah,
yeah, that's all
Yeah.
very sweet. It's kind of bizarre that she taught her how to walk.
Yeah, you just gotta believe in yourself.
Well, it probably, there probably is more reality in that than at first looks. I mean, I think that this kind of deciding how somebody should be and then kind of forcing all of the relationship into making it true makes it true. And so sometimes, so again, a third party coming in and with a new look can sometimes really break up that kind of frozen way of.
Yeah, it seemed like Fraulein Rottenmeier preferred her to be in a wheelchair, so she's like,
oh, sure.
I want her to stay this way, so even if she's capable of walking, I don't want her to.
Exactly.
So Heidi's like, this is messed up. I know she can walk.
Yeah, she's a bit of a miracle worker, and she just find that little photo of Jesus. So I wonder if there's a parallel between Heidi and Jesus.
I was kind of thinking about Paddington Bear. Paddington the bear. He just like kind of comes into people's lives and brings so much joy just by being who he is. Like, wow. Heidi's kind of like that too. Like everyone just like kind of they love Heidi.
Yeah, well, she's an iconoclast in a way. I mean, she's her, I think they present her as a child whose impressions are fresh and not skewed, and that comes across.
Yeah, she's, even though everyone's saying that like her grandpa's gonna like cut her head off.
Yeah.
She's like, well, let's see.
Hi, Grandpa. Yeah.
That's what Goat Boy says.
Yeah. Peter.
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah, but I think there's a scene where she's reading that story to the grandpa. They're reading like the prodigal son.
Right.
Like a Jesus card in there that she sees. But yeah, so do we know why the aunt came back to steal her off to Frankfurt? Like, she's like trying to sell her?
Yeah,
it's weird. It's weird that everybody looks at Heidi as like a commodity. Like even Clara is like, "Oh, can we keep her, Daddy?"
Yeah, like she's something to possess. Yeah. It is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they just wanted a playmate for Clara so bad that they're like, we're willing to buy a child so she can be Clara's friend. And then Aunt Dee Dee was like, "Oh, I know a child.
I've got just the one for you." Yeah.
I just got to make a quick trip to the mountains, and I'll have a child for you.
Yeah.
Well,
and
I think
extraordinary hat.
Who says that?
The butler guy, that weird butler.
Oh yeah, the butler is a bit of an odd duck, but I liked him.
Yeah, no, he was fun.
Yeah,
he saves the hat at the end.
Yes.
Who else has a great hat is the grandfather when he goes off to like, I'm going to get Heidi back. Yeah.
He walks to Frankfurt.
But he is wearing this incredible hat with like feathers in it, and he looks so cool.
Yeah.
And he's got these bushiest eyebrows and this incredible curly mustache. I just love his entire look in this movie. He's really cool.
How about the monkey?
Oh, well, the monkeys.
That monkey scene is hilarious.
That monkey really he takes
Yeah.
over the movie completely, but in a good way. I was like, this monkey's great. He's
Yeah,
dressed
thank
up in
God.
a little
Yeah,
outfit.
yeah.
He like
Knew just what to really followed his script. But
Did he ever think about getting a pet monkey, Grandma?
oh my God, you know what? I think somebody was going to give me one once, and my mother said no.
Wow.
You wanted it, but mom
No,
said no.
I don't know that I wanted it, but it seems to
Some-
me that there was a moment when that might have been a possibility. Anyway, thank goodness, no.
This is not the zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Fablemans because they get a monkey in the Fablemans, and
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I think dogs are very nice, and cats, pussycat.
You have a cat, Grandma.
We have a cat. I know, pussycat. We love you.
Pussycat's a nice cat. We
Yeah,
give him a hard time sometimes, but he's a
Yeah.
good cat.
he is a good cat. He is a good.
We
cat.
call him Smudge, but you call him Pussycat, right?
Oh, he has so many names. He will answer to anything as long as you feed him.
Or
Yes.
Oreo, I think some
Yeah,
people.
Oreo. Anyway, he's got a lot of names and he answers to them, and he's a good cat anyway. So I hope they're feeding him.
Yeah, because you're on a little trip right now. You're away from Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
You're in Chicago,
Yeah.
and you're going to be off to Colorado.
I'm feeling very, very disoriented, I'll tell you. You know, the older you get, the more difficult it is to transplant. It's we're a lot like Flora.
Yeah.
Older people are like Flora.
Well, probably everybody is, but certainly transplanting is not a thing to do lightly.
Yes.
You've lived in Ann Arbor for what, 60 years?
Yeah, well, we moved there in 1960.
Wow.
So, yeah.
In the same
Long time.
house.
Well, no, we lived in 3 houses in 2.5 years.
Oh, wow.
And
But you've been in the same house.
and then
since-
yeah, our realtor said, "What do you want anyway?" And I said, "I want a big old house in the middle of a schoolyard." And we snatched up John, and the widow had just died, and the daughter came down and said, "Oh, a child in father's chair." And we underbid the sororities, and we've been there ever since. They wanted a family, and they got it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're in Chicago, and then
Yeah.
next week you're gonna go, or actually tomorrow you go to Colorado to celebrate
Yeah.
Olivia's graduation.
Right.
Oh wow, getting on a plane tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm intimidated, but I'll do it. No, it will be exciting. It will be exciting.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with all this anyway?
Yeah,
Huh?
it gets put on the internet.
Yeah. It's a good question though. We don't really know what we're doing with
I
all
mean,
of this.
All
It's
right.
just it's for entertainment, it's for the family, it's for our friends.
Family archives.
All right. Wonderful. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
We have to have you, of course, the matriarch of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't listened to any of the episodes, I take it. I guess it's hard to you're not
don't-
connected to the podcast world.
No, but I will.
Is there anything else you want to say about Heidi, Grandma? Or about Shirley Temple?
You know, she was a big star. Where is she now? Is she alive?
No, she died in 2014.
Really?
Yeah.
She has a very interesting life.
Like she was a diplomat,
Oh, right. Yeah.
United States ambassador to Ghana. Ghana,
Yeah.
a place that
Whoa,
Austin has a lot of
yeah.
experience with. And
Huh.
Czechoslovakia also served
Whoa.
as chief of protocol of the United States.
Whoa. All right.
So she's accomplished in not just being a
Yeah.
child actress. Pretty
Uh-huh.
cool.
Yeah, she worked under Nixon and Ford and Carter and H.W. Bush.
Republicans and Democrats. Huh.
Yeah, but I think she was pretty conservative. But I don't know if that meant something different in the 60s, when she was running for Congress, I guess, in 1967 as a conservative Republican.
Well, she was definitely a big star. No question about that. She really was.
Yeah, I saw that there's a rumor that she was actually a dwarf pretending to be a child because her teeth looked too good. They didn't look like kids' teeth. And I guess
Well, I'm sure they capped them if she had to have, if they were not good.
I think they did some caps and stuff to her teeth to make them
Uh-huh.
so she didn't have any missing teeth. So people
Uh-huh.
thought like, oh, she must be an adult
Oh,
pretending to be a kid.
I
No.
don't think. Yeah, no. That's because all the other mamas and papas were jealous that their kids weren't up there. Feeling like I should say something profound, but I have nothing profound to say, except it's very nice to be with family. That's for sure.
Film with family. We're bringing the family together
That's
through
right.
the movies.
Great.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I did think it was interesting. The first scene with the grandfather, then the pastor comes to like go them to like come to church and take Heidi to go to school. And he is very against it. And he was like, because he just wants her to stay in the mountains and and he's like, at least you will learn no evil.
Yeah.
He eventually realizes that she's like too lonely or something and takes her to church.
Well, yeah, I hope, and her ability to bring him out as well as, he nurturing her. She let him out of his solitude.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, then now he has friends. By the end of the movie, there's like a little party with like Clara and the butler and Clara's father and like they have like a little community now. Before he was all alone up there, but now he has like some friends and it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
There's a few other scenes that I want to mention. There's the scene in jail when the grandfather gets thrown in jail.
Oh yeah.
And there's this drunk guy like banging a bench against the bars, and he goes, "Christmas comes once a year. When it comes, too much beer." He's just a drunk. But yeah, then Grandpa smashes he escapes from jail.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a cool scene.
Yeah, and then there's
a little unlikely, but cool.
Yeah, somehow he like
bends the bars by bashing with the bench.
Yeah. And then there's a really cool sleigh chase scene.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting any action in this movie, but I was like, dang, this is pretty intense. They're going really fast and it's exciting.
Yeah,
they have like the sped up sleigh ride, and they're like, I don't know if I've ever seen a sleigh related chase scene in film before.
Yeah,
and there's like horses like falling over and stuff. Like it's pretty intense.
Yeah. Well, in a way it isn't dated. I mean, you would think that it would have all kinds of kind of jarring episodes in it, and I didn't find any.
Yeah, there's nothing like glaringly like cringy or racist about it that I noticed. Nobody in blackface or anything.
Yeah. Well, it certainly painted Fräulein as an ogre, but everybody else was sort of nuanced, I think.
I would have liked to know more about the aunt, or I don't know. This is like Aunt Dee Dee.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because she just takes her to the grandfather, then literally runs away. It's like, I got a new job, bye. Yeah. Sees her running away down a hill.
Yeah, she just like throws her stuff in the woods and then just runs away.
Yeah, you don't get much of like, because Heidi hates her and like she's like so happy just to be with anyone else, even with a grumpy old man. She was like, this is great as long as I'm not with her. I'd like to see more scenes of her being awful to Heidi to understand what their dynamic was like.
Yeah, she's like, I'll sleep in the hay. It's no problem.
Just give me a coverlet. Maybe a coverlet would be good.
I'll be fine. It wears well, I think, in a lot of ways.
So do you like associate Shirley Temple or like this movie with your childhood?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I can remember the movie that I loved the most, I think, was Wizard of Oz.
Maybe we'll have to have you back for Wizard of Oz.
All right. But yeah, because I can remember seeing that at Radio City Music Hall. It was just that was exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, the moment in Wizard of Oz when it goes from black and white to color is just that's just like one of those classic, iconic moments in cinema history,
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have any favorite scenes from Wizard of Oz, Grandma?
Oh, I think I liked all of them, but we're off to see the wizard, the three of them dancing down the road, the lion and the whoever and Dorothy.
The Tin Man.
Yes.
And the Scarecrow.
Oh yeah, Scarecrow.
Yeah, I guess it was four of them. Whatever. Anyway, but it was just I thought it was a fun movie. But I liked the Shirley Temple piece, Little Princess.
They end the movie with her praying that every boy and girl is as happy as she is.
Yeah.
And she looks straight into the camera with a big smile.
Yeah,
it would be nice.
Yeah, it's a fun little ending there.
No, it was nice.
Yeah, one of the lines I like is when she's getting taken away, because she gets taken away from her aunt, from the grandfather, on her birthday. Yeah, she's excited to have this birthday with her grandpa. And she was like, "There'll be sausage and butter at my birthday party, and I won't be there.
Yeah,
and the grandfather will be lonely." She calls him the grandfather, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
And that maybe I'll start calling you the grandmother.
Right. Yes, the grandmother.
The grandmother. The titular grandmother.
Good idea. Okay, do that. I like that.
All right.
I like
that. And speaking of butter, he puts a huge slab of butter on her toast. Did you notice that? Like in the beginning?
Bleh. Yeah.
It's like
I missed
it's like an inch. It's like an inch thick.
Now eat it and shut up. Yeah. But no, it's a sweet movie. It really is.
Yeah. It does seem to have a perspective, or at least Heidi has a perspective of it's better to be out in nature in the country than it is the city. And as a country boy myself, I could kind of feel that way. There's a little enter title that says like she's not happy with the noisy cage when she gets to the city. And I do think that movie does a good job of contrasting the idyllic kind of mountain country area to like the city, and everything feels a little less fun.
Yeah.
Except for the monkey. The monkey's very fun.
Yeah, but there wasn't much of Peter, and they didn't cut him out, but
the goat general.
Yeah, he was an important part of those stories. Maybe more in the
he's more in the book or something.
I think so.
Goat Peter.
I think so, yeah, because that's another sort of sad moral kind of story of he was a bad boy and then he somehow isn't a bad boy. I don't remember, but
that checks out. It's just like Heidi's kind of like going around and like melting hearts.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's also it is a Christmas movie too. I like most of the movie takes place around Christmas.
Yeah, they sing Silent Night at one point.
Yeah, it's a beautiful scene.
And Shirley Temple she leads all the songs. She like starts singing in the church, like out of nowhere. Then everyone's like starts singing along with her.
Yeah.
She's got that kind of that influential power. When she starts singing, people listen.
Again, like the Christ connection. I think there's something there. Like she's like she gets this girl to walk on Christmas.
Oh, I didn't realize. What was it? Christmas? Oh.
Yeah, because that's like the Christmas gift to the father.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she gets that weird porcelain doll that breaks.
That's so creepy.
Oh yeah,
that's super creepy. I'm glad it breaks.
It's like 4 feet tall.
Yeah,
it's like Megan. I'm 3 good. She gets Megan for Christmas.
Which The witch doll.
Yeah, it's like has no eyes. And ashes is like Annabelle. It's very
Yeah.
strange.
And then Heidi gets a snow globe, and then the Fraulein Rottenmeier is so mad when
Yeah.
Clara starts walking that she like throws and breaks her snow globe. And then
Yeah.
the dad's like, "What the hell are you doing? You can't just go around throwing snow globes. You're fired. You're done."
He's just like, pack your stuff.
Yeah. Get
It was
out of
like,
here.
you overstepped the line, even though you've been a horrible person for
Yeah.
many years, but throwing that snow globe was the last straw.
It's so funny. It's just like, yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
Pack your stuff.
Get the fuck out.
Well, actually, that's the way a lot of people were fired, and probably a lot of them deserved it, but I'm not sure all did. I mean, again, you could go off on a whole other tangent on that relationship and who she was and why she was.
You mean you talking about Fraulein Rottenmeier?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess what is she? Like, is she
Like a live-in nanny?
She was a housekeeper, I think, or maybe the governess, or I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, she has kind of like a maternal element to her, though.
But she hates Heidi. She's the only person that doesn't really like Heidi.
Well, and she doesn't, but she really doesn't like Clara either. I mean, she controls her.
Mm-hmm.
And one would think the father, if he cared, might have noticed. It's a really weird relationship.
He's kind of an absent father. He's like kind of gone for a long time.
Yeah.
That kind of just shows up on Christmas.
Yeah.
We can all admit that the grandpa, he's a good dad.
He's a good one. He's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walks all the way to Frankfurt just to get her back.
Yeah.
And I love when he pushes Fraulein Rottenmeier in the snow. That was like one of the most satisfying moments. Just jumps her down, face down.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, Grandma, you laughed when that happened when we were watching. Yeah, no, he's a little cold, but he's got a heart of gold.
Oh, that's good. Nice little rhyme there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, just give him a little time and he'll start singing the tune of Heidi before you know it.
Well, it's a little sappy, but I think it has some reality to it in a variety of ways.
There's some fun falls. Heidi, she like slides down a banister and falls in one point.
Yeah.
She tries to do a little curtsy and she falls over, but it's always endearing.
They also sled down like a full mountain.
Yes,
oh, that scene was awesome.
Yes.
Some early green screen.
Yeah, during that scene, Grandma's like, "That's a long way back up."
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that part.
It's not just a little hill; like they literally go down like
the Alp. The Alp.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the scene of them hiking that mountain for 30 minutes.
Oh man, yeah,
that part was great. Yeah, there is the goat milking the goat stuff in there. Do you have any thoughts on that, Grandma? Have you ever milked an animal?
No.
I haven't
No,
either.
wait a minute. I think once I may have tried to
milk a cow, maybe.
I vaguely remember being in a stall, but I don't remember any more than that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did it successfully. Let's say that.
Yeah, Heidi doesn't do it either really successfully. She tries to do it and just gets squirted in the face.
Yes.
She's like, goats are warm or something.
I saw a little factoid about that like they on the production they had some little hose that squirted Shirley Temple. And she actually wasn't expecting it. So like her reaction is real. And she's just like, what? Like when you just gets like squirted in the face with some milk.
Yeah.
And then the butler gets squirted at the end too. And he says the same thing, like, boy, those goats are warm or whatever.
Yeah. Very, very strange.
We're so dissociated from the source of our nutrients anymore.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that where milk comes from.
Yeah.
There's some real work that goes into it.
Yes.
Yeah, I
yes.
don't think I've ever seen a goat milking scene before in a film.
Yeah, cows, sure, but
Yeah.
goat?
A
Uh-huh.
goat? I don't know.
And the goats are named what? The goats had interest.
Swanee and Barry.
Yeah. Yeah, some interesting goat names.
And he's like, you don't look like a swan and you don't look like a bear.
A classic.
Yeah, do you have any final thoughts, Grandma, about Heidi?
Not really. Not really. I was trying to think about, today as opposed to when it was done. I don't know. Again, I think the biggest takeaway is that relationship between the grandchild and the grandparent is really a very not often recognized and acknowledged, but a very important one. I think they captured something in showing that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, me and Austin were wondering why you might love this movie so much, but I didn't make that connection. And of course, it makes sense. Yeah, your great grandmother, and of course, a movie, a child and grandparent story would connect with you.
Absolutely.
And there's not too many movies about this kind of dynamic, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and it is an important one. It really is.
I'm just curious, Grandma, did you have a good relationship with your grandparents?
I did. I mean, they lived far enough away. I spent a fair amount of time with them, but not every day, hardly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would spend overnights with them sometime, and yeah, I did. I mean, I was the oldest grandchild, and
would they try to spoil you with candy or cookies or things like that?
No, but good food. My grandmother was a really good cook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you remember some of the meals that she made?
Well, I think they were probably mostly chicken dinners with chicken soup, and matzo balls. Oh, yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
love a good matzah.
Yeah. But matzo balls and chicken soup. Oh my God. Nothing better.
Yum.
Yeah.
They were traditionally Jewish, your grandparents?
Yeah.
Did they ever make cheese in a cauldron for you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what happens in Heidi, right? The grandfather makes a bunch of cheese.
Yeah, it's like I was like the last thing I was expecting him to say. She's like, "What are you making, Grandpa?" He's like, cheese. Like, I don't think that's how you make cheese, but
maybe it is.
What would I know? I mean, they're Germans. They know.
You just got to take some milk and boil it. You got cheese.
I don't know.
I guess so.
Some
goat cheese.
I don't know.
Goat milk cheese.
Yeah. No, my grandmother was a good cook, and I spent a fair amount of time visiting them.
I'll say you're a good cook as well. You've made us some great meals.
Oh, that's you are too kind.
Spaghetti meals, lamb, all sorts of good stuff.
Eggs. You make a mean breakfast.
Eggs Benedict.
Oh yeah.
That was then. Yeah, that was then.
You make great hollandaise sauce.
Yeah. That was then.
Yeah, you still do.
You were tired from cooking.
Pretty much. But not from eating. No, I remember, because my great grandfather lived, and I visited him. Not, frequently, but fairly often. He lived in New York on, I think, 79th and Riverside Drive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in a brownstone. And I don't know where the money came from. I mean, it was a whole brownstone, and they did rent some of the floors, but he owned it. And I don't know where, I have no idea where he made his money, how he made his money. He lived there with his daughter, my Aunt Celia. He's a really old man. Yeah.
Wow. I wonder if that brownstone still exists.
It's right across, it's on the corner of, I think it's 79th and Riverside Drive, and this Schwab estate if it still exists, was the whole next block.
That's pretty special.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
time I'm in New York, I'm gonna go there. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be our great grandfather.
Was my great grandfather, and his name was Frender, was his last name.
Friender.
Frender was his last name. And you know what? I can't even remember his first name. I have it in a book someplace. I have some books.
So he was on the Laplace side.
No, it's my mother's side. It's my maternal great grandfather.
So your mom's last name was Frender?
No, it was Abelman.
Abelman.
Yeah.
And then so her
Molly Frender, I guess, married Harry Abelman.
Almost a Fableman.
There you go. Why not?
Why not? So do you have any final thoughts on Heidi?
I mean, it was lovely to watch it with Grandma. It's a classic. I'm learning about the history of child cinema.
Yeah, I was reading Shirley Temple's Wikipedia, and it talks about how her mother was the one that got her into like acting and dancing and all this stuff. And she was the one that also like kind of told her like, you got to curl your hair like this, because like Shirley Temple's hair is such a big part of her persona, how it's all curly. And I guess there was a rumor that she wore a wig, and like fans would go up to her and yank her hair to like test if it was a wig or not, which sounds pretty awful.
Yeah.
But she also said that the nightly process of setting in her curls was very grueling, and that the vinegar rinses would sting her eyes. So it sounds like it sounded like it wasn't a great process for her as a kid
for a little girl.
To maintain that kind of hairstyle. But it clearly worked for her. She made some money.
Yeah. I mean, at the expense of being horribly exploited, and it seems like she was in some very questionable films early in her life. Yeah, like where there's a movie that I looked up called War Babies that's about like the war, but instead of adults, it's children. And Shirley Temple was one of the exotic dancers. And like, I mean, she's like 5 or 6 years old, and like,
in sexy clothes, like
a dancing baby, and it's like, there's definitely some really upsetting stuff if you dig into the history of Shirley Temple, but this one was clean. It seemed like clean.
Yeah, this was a good, wholesome one.
Yeah.
You got her flying around, and
well, it's a sweet. I love that. My copy of the book is really. I think I still have it, and I think it still has some of the colored illustrations that were really lovely. But I will look as soon as I get home. I will check out whether I still have it. I think I do.
We'll find it and treasure it.
Yeah.
We'll put it in a glass case and get it rebound. Is it a long book?
It's pretty thick. Yeah, it's substantial.
Okay. So it's not like a small like novelette.
No, it's not a little kiddies book. No, it's a book.
Well, go ahead.
Nothing. Is this what you were looking for? Or?
Yeah,
this was great.
Yeah. It's perfect. It's just really a way to get you to open up about your grandparents and tell us where that brownstone is in New York. No, it's great talking to you, Grandma, and it was great watching a movie with you. I'm glad that you're in Chicago. Good luck with all your travels in the near future. And you'll be home before you know it.
Okay.
And you'll be better for it.
And you'll come see me. And you come see me in Ann Arbor. Come to Ann Arbor.
I'll come visit when you come back.
Yay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll be coming there too.
Good.
With my mom and with Clement from Ghana.
All right. That will be great. Perfect. And we'll do clean sheet. We do clean sheets for grown-ups. And you are now a grown-up. So
you get a coverlet as well?
Maybe.
As Heidi would say.
Yes. I think we could even do that. Clean sheet and a coverlet. Or a blankie.
And some hay.
Well, you go too far.
A bale of hay.
I'll put a flower in the room.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening to this episode of Film with Family and for sticking with us through Mom Month. It's been a wonderful month. Some of my favorite episodes have been this month.
Concur with that.
Some great movies and some great moms, I'll say.
Some great moments, great moms, great movies. Mo.
Yeah, well, we may have to bring back Mom Month next year. We'll see what happens. But yeah, if you like the podcast, rate and review us on wherever you're listening. And you can also check us out on social media at Film with Family. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
And if you want to send us an email, we're at filmwithfamilypodcast@gmail.com. And you can also check out what we're watching on Letterboxd, Austin C. Pruett and Zachary Zweifler.
We love our family.
And we love the movies. And we love our grandma.
Yes.
Good thing. And we love you back.
Thanks for doing this podcast. It was great to have you on.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Love you. Bye, Grandma.
Bye. Love you back. Love you back.